Welcome to another episode of BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am BrandonJaneau, and like always, on all podcast platforms that were BrandonJaneauShow, social media platforms, Instagram threads, BrandonJaneau, Facebook, The BrandonJaneauShow, and of course, TikTok, BrandonJaneauShow. Man, go follow me on all of those streaming platforms. Hope you guys enjoy some of the content I put out there. Shout out to all the new followers on all the you know Instagram and TikTok. Appreciate you guys. Really, where you go is the YouTube channel, Brandon Janeau Show, man. YouTube channel, Brandon Janeau Show. Uh, yeah, go to YouTube channel, Brandon Janeau Show. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, man. Like the vids, like the vids. Um, Actually helps in the algorithm if you like the vids. Everything, man. Appreciate you guys. And thank you to all the new subscribers on the YouTube channel. I appreciate you guys. So, this is wrestling life. So much stuff is going on in freaking wrestling. I gotta actually talk about it. Holy hell. Um, so much stuff. Let's just start off with this. So last night, Monday Night Raw. Um, Before we even got to Monday Night Raw, there was this surprise who will be in the King of the Ring qualifying match. Who will be the last person in the last King of the Ring qualifying match for the first round. You had Rusev, you had Sheamus, you had Bronson Reed, and there was a one spot. Now I thought it would be Ilya Dragunov, like most of the fucking people on the internet thought it would be Ilya Dragunov. It ended up being Jey Uso. I, 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 I fucking guess, dude. It ended up being Jey Uso. Now here's the thing: for people that sitting there saying, "Oh, what y'all like Jey Uso now?" It's not that we don't like Jey Uso. I love Jey Uso. He's incredible. The reason why this shit just made no sense to put him in the King of the Ring tournament, even though I did actually, as soon as he got put in, I knew he was winning. And the storylines that was going to be driven off of that was pretty obvious. And I'll talk about that a little bit. But putting Jey Uso in the King of the Ring tournament after him dropping the World Heavyweight Championship is like letting Roman Reigns win the Royal Rumble after he lost the belt to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. You understand what I'm saying? Like him being able to have another chance to be the World Heavyweight Champion that fucking fast. And at least when Roman dropped the belt to Cody Rhodes, that's at least damn near close to a year since he fought Cody Rhodes. I gotta say, it's like the equivalent of a dropping the belt a week. Like you dropped the belt a week ago, and it's like, okay, here's another opportunity. And I'm not saying you can't get a rematch. Gunther didn't have to do shit to get a rematch. He just beat Pat McAfee and ended up getting a fucking rematch. So at least Jay's gonna have to go through actually trials and tribulations. But for you to turn around and then just put him in a fucking king. Now maybe it's because Ilya Dragunov is not healthy. I totally understand that. Some people that's like Karrion Kross. I said this last week with Karrion Kross. If you were gonna put Karrion Kross in the fucking tournament, you should have just put him in the tournament. There's no reason for you to play. To be honest, and as much as I love seeing them last night go against each other, I would have had Sheamus in and Rusev out and had Karrion Kross in. That's just me. But you're also not doing the Raw versus Raw, SmackDown versus SmackDown. You're doing a crossover, which is like Raw's gonna, which is great. I like to see because you're gonna get a chance to see SmackDown wrestlers on Raw and Raw wrestlers on SmackDown. Like not like just like we don't see that shit now, but Jey Uso getting put in the fucking Fatal Four Way literally a week prior to him losing the belt. It was so stupid. It was just stupid. It was stupid. I'm sorry to all of Jey Uso's fans and everybody like that. We love. I still yeet. I still fuck with the man, but the man still had taped ribs. The point of him losing the belt was he was stretching himself too far. So you turn around a week later and say, "Hey, let's go put him in a fatal four way to get back into the fucking title contention." It's fucking stupid. I get it that you probably didn't have any other options. Seth Rollins already has the briefcase. You had LA Knight already lose. You had no Roman Reigns, which CM Punk. You can put CM Punk in this shit. But CM Punk is fighting John Cena, so he's already got a title match. You had AJ Styles. You could have put AJ Styles in that situation. You could have, bro. You could have had AJ Styles in the fucking King of the Ring tournament. You could have had AJ Styles. You could have had shit. Chad Gable. A Grande Americano. Somebody, bro. You could have fucking surprised us with someone. And instead, you just did the dumbest. You just did the simplest shit. And you was like, Jey Uso. That makes we gotta keep Jey Uso kind of still in the public eyes. We don't want people to not question if Jey Uso's over. Jey Uso is over, dude. But this was a really piss poor decision. Now, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like the match wasn't great because the match was great last night. It was awesome. But to sit here and say Jey Uso should have just ended up as the fucking mystery man, you could have just said, because this is why I was stupid to say it was a mystery. Because you could have said whoever loses that match last week on Monday Night Raw, whoever loses that match Monday Night Raw is going to be the fourth person in that match. That's all the fuck you had to say. Instead of you making it a mysterious fucking opponent, a mysterious fucking person, you could have easily just said whoever loses the World Heavyweight Championship match between Gunther and Jey Uso will be the fourth man in the King of the Ring tournament. Instead of making it seem like it's going to be a returning person or somebody that we just couldn't even fathom. Excuse me. If he had dropped the belt Tuesday, Obafemi, like last Tuesday, Obafemi, like you just went with the most simplest fucking choice, and it just didn't make any fucking sense to do it. Now Jay's in the tournament, great. He's going to the semifinals. He's going to fight Cody Rhodes next Monday. I'm looking forward to that match. That's going to clearly be the main event of Monday Night Raw next week. I'm looking super duper forward to that. But at the same time, it just makes me feel like that was just a fucking piss poor decision to sit there and say it's going to be a mystery opponent. It's going to be a mystery person. And it ended up being Jay fucking Uso, dude. Like, it was just like, you could have, like I said, you could have easily had just said whoever loses the World Heavyweight Championship match last week is going to be the fourth man added to that match. You did not have to speculate it. You did not have to do all this extra shit. You didn't have to get us all excited. Shit. If he wasn't on vacation, Drew McIntyre could have came back and popped the fuck up. Something. Like you could have did something. And instead, you just gave us a piss poor decision. Which brings me to Rikishi. Rikishi, I love you, man. Respect to you. Too cool. Your heel run that you did in the early 2000s with Triple H, awesome. Rikishi's favorite son is Jey Uso. We can clearly see this shit. Jey Uso is Rikishi's favorite goddamn son. Because there's no way in hell you see your son Jimmy and you see Solo, and the only person you are complaining about having a piss poor booking is Jay. And maybe it's because you've been in the business. Maybe it's because you've been in the business, and you know it's rare for any superstar to get that fucking hot like your son is that fucking hot. Your son not. This is the problem that I have with Rikishi saying the things he's been saying on his podcast. And again, he's Rikishi. He's a legend. He's a Hall of Famer. The reason why I have a problem with you saying the shit that you're saying is that you're acting like your son isn't still one of the most over fucking wrestlers in the game. Your son won the biggest Royal Rumble that I can remember in recent times Your son won the Royal Rumble over AJ Styles, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, his own cousin Roman Reigns, John Cena, LA Knight, Penta, Drew McIntyre, Joe Hendry. Like, yo, Rey Mysterio. Bro, he. Do you understand how many people Jey Uso won that Royal Rumble? Logan Paul, even. Like, bro, like, dude, your son won the Royal Rumble this year. He went on to wrestle at WrestleMania, something that rarely, nobody thought fucking 5 years ago when the fucking Bloodline storyline started that would even be a possibility. Your son was one of the key faces, one of the headliners of WrestleMania this past year. And you will sit here and say, my son had a 50-day title run. Hey, bro, be grateful that your son even got that opportunity. I'm like, bro, your son's been given title match after title match, opportunity after opportunity. He finally got it done, and he had to drop the belt. Now, how he had to drop the belt and who and the reasoning behind why he had to probably drop the belt is a whole other conversation. And I'll talk about that literally in the next couple minutes. But for people to sit there and say that Jey Uso, for Rikishi to sit there and go on his podcast like, oh man, Jey Uso, man, Jey he should have had a longer title reign. You sounding like a lot of these fucking kids in IWC. Jey was not gonna have that belt for long. I don't know why the fuck people did not see this coming. Y'all have chosen to play. People that know wrestling knew Jey wasn't gonna have that belt for long. So, and I hate to say that. People that actually know wrestling knows there's only there's a ceiling to Jey's title run. There's a ceiling to it. No matter what you want to say, there is a ceiling to Jey's title run. And that's exactly what happened. It's no diss to him. It's just a fucking ceiling on the title run. He can't do what everybody else can do with that title. That's just facts. I think he actually got better in the ring as a champion. I would definitely say that. I would definitely say I think he got better as a champion in the ring. But we shall see if he gets the belt back. I don't think he will anytime soon because I think the belt is now moving past him. But we shall see. We shall see. The King of the Ring uh, is officially here. The first round is officially wrapped up. They wrapped up the final two spots of the semifinals of the King and Queen of the Ring last night. The returning Asuka is officially going to the Queen of the Ring semifinal. She will be battling Alexa Bliss this upcoming week on Friday night or Monday night. Yeah, Monday. I think they fight next Monday. Um, oh, did they fight Friday? They might fight Friday. I think they fight Friday. I don't know. Yeah, I think they might fight Friday. Um, but Alexa Bliss and Asuka is one semifinal. The other one is Jade Cargill and Roxanne Perez. That one is going to be the most interesting one to me because who the fuck do you go with? Now, right now, because of what happened, transpired last night, which is Liv Morgan getting hurt. And this is a thing that God, I didn't have to get on social media when Liv got hurt. I didn't have to get on social media at all because I already knew dumbasses was gonna sit there and go and say that Liv being hurt was Kairi Sane's fault. I didn't have to get on social media. I already saw that shit coming a mile away. That is a freak accident. It's a freak accident. It's a wrestling fucking move. Liv was trying to embrace impact, embrace herself for the impact, and shit just happened. She got hurt. Shit happens, man. But for y'all to sit there and get on Kairi Sane and say that it's Kairi Sane's fault, So why Liv got hurt and she's untrained and all this other shit. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That is not Kairi Sane's fault, bro. Shit happens. But the way it looks is that Jade is probably going to win. Jade is probably going to win against Roxanne Perez, which leaves Jade in the number one contendership. Jade, excuse me, Jade going to the Queen of the Ring finals. The Asuka and Alexa Bliss one is actually interesting. I've been very, very vocal and said I think Alexa Bliss needs to win the Queen. I've been vocal and said Alexa Bliss and Tiffany Stratton will be way more impactful and way more interesting than Tiffany and Charlotte. The way I see them probably doing this is Alexa Bliss is probably gonna get Charlotte's probably gonna screw Alexa Bliss, and I'm assuming that's how we're gonna get her. Maybe Charlotte at Evolution 2. I can see it. I wouldn't personally do that because of also what happened with Liv last night. I can see Roxanne now losing the Queen of the Ring final, semifinal to Jade, and then they lose Roxanne to keep the titles, the women tag team titles in the Judgment Day. So the final could be Jade Cargill and Asuka. Jade Cargill and Asuka. I don't think. Here's the problem it runs into. I'm assuming you're gonna do two cash-ins at SummerSlam. If Jade fights Tiffany, right? If Jade fights Tiffany, Naomi's cashing in Money in the Bank, which brings up the problem of, then what the fuck do you do with Seth Rollins? Because you're not going to do two cash-ins in one night. I don't think you would. I mean, very fucking stupid. But you're not going to do two cash-ins in one night. So either Jade is going to lose to Roxanne or lose to Asuka, or Seth's not cashing in Money in the Bank at SummerSlam. Which I could see it. I can see it. I can see Seth not cashing in Money in the Bank. I can definitely see it. But if it happens, what do you do with these storylines? That's the thing. I can see Jay winning the Queen of the Ring. I can see it. I can definitely see Jay winning Queen of the Ring and have her and Tiffany in the ring at SummerSlam and have Naomi cash in and take the belt from Jade. So I could see it. It's just how do you get there? And that's the problem. Me personally, I think Asuka should win. The reason why is because Io Sky and Asuka going one on one would be fucking interesting. They've kind of teased that match before, and we never really fully got it. If Asuka wins Queen of the Ring, we get Asuka versus Io. I'm with it. I'm fucking with that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Oh yeah, let's do that. Here's the problem because the King of the Ring cannot go to two SmackDown. King and Queen of the Ring can't go to two SmackDown people. So somebody from Raw has to win it, right? Somebody from Raw has to win one of those tournaments. Now, I've said Sami Zayn on the King of the Ring side, but what if it's Asuka? What if it's Oscar and Io? I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Rhea Ripley. I'm assuming I thought Rhea Ripley would fight Io at some point. I thought she would fight her at SummerSlam. But it seems like the obvious decision and the best decision could be Oscar versus Io at SummerSlam. And I'm not saying Io is going to drop the belt to Oscar, but if those two are the decision, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it at all. I think it'd be actually dope. I wouldn't mind that shit at all. One thing we do know is this Saturday night main event. We have our first match for Saturday night main event, July 12th. And that is Gunther putting the title on the line against Goldberg. Yeah. Goldberg is back. He is going up against Gunther. There are mixed reactions to this. Some people being like, I didn't want this. Why did you take the belt off of Jay for this? Listen, John Cena has fought R-Truth, and he's going to fight R-Truth this Friday. This is 2 times now John Cena has already fought R-Truth, and the title wasn't even on the line. Yes, you could have not had Gunther versus Goldberg for the World Heavyweight Championship. This is pretty fucking obvious. You could have done it. The fact that they didn't do that, I'm not bent out of shape about it. I really don't give a fuck about it. I don't care. It could have been non-title. But Goldberg is a special attraction. And if he's not coming back to Russell, if he's not coming back to Russell, for a title, what the fuck is he coming back for? And I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but if he's not fighting for a title, because that's what Goldberg's whole thing is. Goldberg's whole situation is built off of a title. His whole arc is I'm the man. I have to be the man at the top. That's who I am. So I'm not bit too out of shape about it. I think that it is what it is. But at the same time, at the same time, at the same time, could this match been a non-title match? Yeah, yeah, it could have. It could have easily been a non-title match. But I'm not too bent out of shape about it because we already know Gunther's gonna win. That's the thing. It's not like Goldberg's coming back and he's gonna beat Gunther. Like, no, you need them to make it very fucking obvious. Goldberg, this is your last match, bro. You're not winning this title. You're gonna go on about your business. But this is the thing about this situation. Immediately, people started to scream, "Oh man, they took the belt off of Jay for this shit." Yes. What you gonna do about it? The fuck are you gonna do about it? We knew Gunther and Goldberg was gonna fight each other. Anybody that didn't know Gunther and Goldberg was not gonna fight each other, you should have known that shit the moment they did the angle at Bad Blood last year. They were going to fight each other. It's not that surprising. The fact of the matter is that now the fact of the matter is that now Gunther and Goldberg. I don't know how you do this match on Saturday Night Main Event. Saturday Night Main Event has sucked for doing matches like this. It's not a great match to do for Saturday Night Main Event, but this might be the only time you get this shit done. I don't really care about this match, to be honest with you. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I do not care. Gunther's going to clearly win. But the question does become now, what the fuck is Gunther do at SummerSlam? Is it going to be Sammy? Is it going to be Jay? Is it somebody that we're not even thinking of? And that's the thing about this situation. So Yeah. Raw last night was like I thought it would be. Kind of like Raw. Like it wasn't super crazy. It was okay. It was decent. The two King and Queen of the Ring qualifying matches were great. But after that, it was kind of like a filler episode. It was just like, okay, let's get Goldberg on TV so we can start building this match between him and Gunther. Great. But there was really nothing left. Seth Rollins didn't come out till like literally at the end of the fucking show. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking about that. CM Punk didn't do nothing. CM Punk wasn't even there. It was just like, what the fuck are we doing? This like Monday Night Raw. I thought in Green Bay it would be kind of boring. You also had the promo with Bailey and Becky Lynch, which was kind of just like boring. I don't know what the fuck they were supposed to do. I guess they sold the match somewhat, but it's just like Becky's not dropping that belt to Bailey next week. Let's just get real. Like she's not dropping that belt to Bailey next week. Let's get fucking real. Um, but yeah, man, I'm Monday Night Raw was kind of bullshit last night. You didn't have your stars, and again, here's the problem with when you do stars, right? CM Punk is now on SmackDown. He's got to promote the SmackDown matches with John Cena. So CM Punk's on SmackDown. Cody Rhodes is on SmackDown. Now Raw has the problem of not not having enough stars. You see how crazy that shit sounds? Seth Rollins should have been the focal point of this situation. Paul Heyman, somebody. Like it just did not make sense to have that situation happen. I thought Monday Night Raw was alright. It was okay. Like I said, I didn't expect too much crazy shit going on Monday Night Raw. The in ring work was cool. AJ Styles and JD McDonough was great. Um, yeah, like I said, the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring matches were awesome. But outside of that, nobody. It was just a okay Raw. Like it wasn't anything crazy. SmackDown, on the other hand, last week was fucking fantastic because you had John Cena, you had Cody Rhodes, you had LA Knight, you had Randy Orton. It felt like an important SmackDown. SmackDown is going to. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. SmackDown's about to feel like the better show for at least the next 2 3 weeks. Until Night of Champions, it's going to feel like it's the better show. I'm gonna tell you this why. I'm gonna tell you why. John Cena, CM Punk, LA Knight, Randy Orton. You about to have Seth Rollins now do something to LA Knight this upcoming Friday. You got John Cena fighting R-Truth, Ryan Killings, whatever you want to call him, this upcoming Friday. Okay. So you got them fighting this Friday. That's already a ready-made match. We're definitely tuning the fuck in to watch that. You got Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton as one of the matches. And like I said, I think Alexa Bliss and Asuka this upcoming weekend, this upcoming Friday. I'm in. That's 3 hours of television right there. You can have a 30-minute women's match, a 30 minute set and Randy Orton match, John Cena and R-Truth. Boom, done. You got 3 hours of television, and the rest of that shit you just gotta fill it in. You just gotta fill it in the rest. You know CM Punk's gonna be somewhere in the building to fuck with John Cena. That's already a match. Seth Rollins is going to do something to LA Knight at some point. That's gonna happen. You got the Jacob is solo shit going on Friday night right now. You got Naomi with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Like Friday Night SmackDown is actually going to look like the better show for the next 3 weeks because we're gonna actually want to watch it. CM Punk's gonna be on there. This is why I say Raw is gonna feel kind of lackadaisical for the next couple weeks because nobody wants to see Goldberg on TV. Nobody wants to see Goldberg on TV. Like, I don't care that you got to build that match. I don't want to see that shit. Next Monday is going to probably be great because you're going to have Becky and Bailey. You're gonna have, I think, Roxanne and Jade and Jade Cargill. You're gonna have Cody and Jay as the main event. Clearly, you're gonna have better matches next week. In your so Raw should feel better in a sense. I said this last week. Maybe the summer of wrestling is starting to kind of kick into a gear. Maybe we're starting to finally find the rhythm with the wrestling booking here. Yes, are you gonna always have people that's gonna complain about booking? Of course you are. It's fucking human beings today. They gonna cry, bitch, moan, complain about every little fucking thing. It might not even be that massive, and they're gonna just cry the fuck about it. Like, oh my god, why is such and such on TV? Why is such and such not on TV? Such and such don't fit the fucking story right now, bruh. That's why such and such is not on fucking TV. But yeah, man, I truly believe wrestling right now is, like I said, Raw is in this up and down stage. But like I said, the next 3 weeks, SmackDown is gonna probably be the best show on TV. You got Punk, you got LA Knight, you got Seth Rollins, you got Randy Orton, you got Cody Rhodes, you got all these factors on SmackDown right now, including the best tag team division. Women's division could be a little bit better, but it is what it is. At some point, Bianca's coming back. At some point, where she's gonna fit in the Jay, Naomi, Tiffany, Nia storyline. Like this is gonna clearly happen. You got Julia and Selena Vega right now. You got Alexa Bliss and Charlotte kind of having a little bit of a, are they friends? Are they gonna be enemies type of vibe? Like, also, I want to just get this out the way. I have never and I will never be. I said this earlier when this shit started, and I'm still gonna stand on this shit. The Y6 is done. It's done. I think the Y6 situation, they should have killed it the moment they started trying to treat it like a special attraction. Y'all realize this was the first time that the Y6 was on TV? Like generally on TV since they've been traded to SmackDown? What, last week? 2 weeks ago when they came back? That was the first time they had been on TV in what, 3, 4, 5 months? 3, 4, 5 months. It took them literally damn near 5 fucking months to get back on TV. Tell me how you want to kill a person's momentum, and I will show you the fucking blueprint. Tell me how you want to kill somebody's momentum, and I'll show you the blueprint. Right the fuck there. There's no way in hell that you saw what happened. The Y6 to me is they're gonna come out, they're gonna have their moments, they're gonna do their special attraction shit. But for the most part, man, I really don't care about the Y6. I think the greatest thing that happened to the Y6 is how they debuted. The worst thing that happened to the Y6 is how they debuted. I think that people have now had this idea in their heads that that's the level of what they're going to get every time they see them. And that's not what we get every time we see them. And so it's kind of hard for us to actually be like, okay, let's get into these characters. When you can't really get into these characters because, one, they're not on fucking TV too much. So it's really fucking hard to get into these characters. And they kind of feel like a special attraction. I wish they would be on TV more. I wish they'd get rid of the fucking spooky shit. Listen, man, even Bray Wyatt understood. When I came out as the Fiend, it was a moment. Like Bray understood that. But if you actually go back and watch the Firefly Funhouse when he used to do those vignettes, what about that made you? What about those vignettes made you like feel scary? Like what about those vignettes drew into the dark matter? Like what about those vignettes made you feel that way? Outside of maybe when they got close up on him after the end of the vignette and said, you know, let me in. And that was about it. And then you'd be like, bye, see ya. And it was the end. Like, what are we talking about? Like, the reason for why the Y6 feel like it's kind of stop and start with with them, is that they're trying to play too much into the spookiness. And it isn't working. And that's just facts. It's just not working. I'm not a fan of the Y6. I just am not. I'm not a fan of it. It's like I get it. This is really the last real thing of Bray Wyatt's legacy that we have left, but this ain't it. I said this to my family straight through the ropes when this shit happened the first time. I said, you can't tell me B Team Bo Dallas is about to turn around and now be the spooky one. Like that don't make sense to me. Like you can't tell me B Team Bo Dallas is about to turn around and be now the leader of a fucking faction of like the Wyatt Six. Like that just no man. No man. No. No. And I ain't it with this. I don't know what the hell SummerSlam is gonna look like. I have no clue. The King and Queen of the Ring should tell you where SummerSlam booking is going, but I have no goddamn clue. Clearly, John Cena and Cody Rhodes are gonna be the ending. That's clearly gonna happen at night two. Get over it. I don't know what Gunther. I don't know who Gunther fights at WrestleMania at SummerSlam. He's clearly keeping the belt against Goldberg. That's obvious. But I don't know who he fights at SummerSlam. And I also think Seth Rollins is going to cash in more so on Cody Rhodes than he's going to cash in on Gunther or Jey Uso or Sami Zayn. Like I said this, but now I'm starting to think maybe the plan is for Seth to cash in on one of them. So yeah. Aside of that, man, it's been a Brandon Janeau show. This is Wrestling Life. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Peace.